Welcome to the People Connect podcast. Your network is your net worth. Are you ready to take your life to the next level? Be prepared to leap out of your comfort zone and connect with the who's who of what you want to do. Stop, drop, and roll as we start, market, and grow the CEO of you and your host, Nichelle Womack. She will help you engage, reinvent, motivate, and reactivate your plans for success.
Hello, good evening. Happy Monday, Motivation Monday. What's going on with you in your world? I am Nichelle with 2excelwithnichelle.com, stopping in at 7:30, just a little tad bit late here, but 7:30 to share with you about business plans. This week will be clearly focused on that. I'm Nichelle, as I mentioned, with 2excelwithnichelle.com. I provide you with information, inspiration, and motivation to help push you out of your comfort zone and into your gifts so that you can unwrap them and share them with the world. I do that by providing that information, inspiration, and motivations so that we can learn different things about you and what you do and how you can do it better. And we look at your strengths and we maximize those. Then we look at your weaknesses, identify what those are, because all of us have weaknesses just like we have strengths. And then we look at opportunities so we can capitalize on them. And then there's always threats in our life and in our business. So we look at those as well. And then we devise a plan so that we can move through those and around those. So today I'm going to be sharing with you about business plans. If you'd like to learn more about what I do to help you, you can check the link in my bio. I'm also on Instagram and on Twitter at Nichelle Womack. So in regards to business plans, I know I've been working with several students of mine for the last month, and everybody comes to you with the idea that they want to start a business, but nobody ever comes to you with a plan. It's good to have a plan if you're going to start a business, because a plan is a roadmap. It's a blueprint of what it is that you're attempting to do and where it is that you want to be. So when I first approach a client and they tell me they want to start a business, that's the first thing that I ask them. Have you begun to plan this event that you're trying to do? And so they ask me, well, I'm just getting into direct sales or something like that. I don't need a business plan. Any business that you start, even if it's in direct sales, you need a plan of action. You need a plan of success. You need a plan of strategy, because what a plan does is give you visualization of the reality that you're partaking in at that time and that you plan to see in the future. So today I am going to share with you 5 sticky notes, because you take each one, you put them on a sticky note, and then you formulate it from there. And this will help give you some idea and some focus of where you need to begin when you're talking about writing a business plan. Now, most definitely, if you have a brick and mortar that you're starting, you definitely need a business plan for that, because that is the quickest way to failure. And I tell you what, 25 years ago, when I sat down, I did not come with a business plan. And it was the most greatest part of failure in my success, that I did not have a plan. Most people don't think they need one, because even with direct sales, they typically already come with a plan for you. If you're doing a franchise, that comes with a plan for you, but you personally have to have your own, whatever goals and objectives you plan to secure with the opportunity of starting a business. So with that being said, again, to recap, I'm Nichelle with 2excelwithnichelle.com. I bring you information, inspiration, and motivation to help you start, market, and grow into the CEO of you. We're getting ready to discuss 5 sticky notes that you need on your mirror so that you can begin the process of writing a business plan. To all my replay viewers, thanks for coming in and tapping that screen. To all the Twitter viewers, Apple viewers, wherever you're watching me from, thank you for sharing and thank you for hearting it up. Greatly appreciate all of that. The first thing that I want to share with you is that when you are formulating that business plan, that first sticky note that you need is an idea. Yes, it sounds simple, it sounds simplistic, but a lot of people come to the table wanting to start a business and don't have an idea. That is the beginning stages of your desire to become an entrepreneur. You got to have an idea. Even if it's already established for you, you need to figure out how this idea will manifest. Okay, so this idea, say for example, if you are becoming a news anchor. If that's something you choose to do, you need to figure out the structure and the strategy of how this idea of becoming a newscaster is going to help you move forward. So perhaps maybe you want to put some tips down. Yesterday, I shared with you about 3 points that if you want to get clarity in your week focus in your life, and then you want to be intentional about everything you need to do, this is part of that as well. The idea is the beginning of manifestation. And so once you get this idea into focus, then you're able to clarify what it is that you plan to do in that business. And so hello, welcome. Hey, how you doing? And so with that being said, that idea is the first format on the sticky note that you need to put up so that you understand where you're going to and to help you get through. The next thing that you want to have is you want to have a goal. What type of goal is this business going to give you? What are you seeking to accomplish with this goal? Is it to change the lives of other people? Is this goal to better the life of you? What is it? And it needs to be clear, it needs to be focused, and it needs to be intentional. Why are you starting this business? What is the goal of starting this business? So the next thing that you need to do is that you need to have a purpose, okay? This third sticky note needs to be purpose driven only. What again goes back to the purpose. Now, a goal and a purpose are two different things. As you clarify the goal, you must stress the purpose, and that purpose will be the audience. Who are you trying to reach in this business? Again, you must be clear, you must be focused, and you must be intentional in sharing the purpose of that business. So the next point that you want to do, number 4 on that sticky note, you want to stress the profitability. What are you expecting to earn in this business? Now, again, I go back to the point, people don't think they need a business plan just for home-based business or direct sales. Yes, you do, because see, your profitability will disclose as to what it is that you have to bring to the table. What do you have to invest in it? And then where you see yourself in the end. If you are going to a bank to get a loan, it's important that you have a business plan, because they won't even look at you, talk to you, or even address you if you do not have a business plan. That's how important it is. And even if you are not seeking external funding and sources of that nature, you still need it for your own purpose. So the profitability strategy, it literally shows how much money you have right now to begin that business. And hopefully if you're starting a business, you got something, because remember, I say all the time, starting a business is not free. You're going to have something to add to that pot. And so having a profitability strategy of how much you have, how much you're expecting, and then what you plan to make in that business on a period of sector. You know, I like to do mine when I'm speaking with clients. We do them on a 5 to 6 year basis. And the reason why we do that, because most businesses don't last 5 to 6 years. Most new businesses don't last that long, especially without the direction and leadership and good direction. And so when you are disclosing that profitability strategy, it kind of gives you an insight of what is required to run that business, to keep that business going, and to grow that business. The next thing that you need to be aware of is that your plan has to be concrete. And as I stated from the beginning, it has to be clear. It has to have clarity in it. It has to be focused. It has to have some kind of direction. Where are you going? Why are you doing this business? How long is it going to take you to get there? What's required of you to get to that point in the business? And then the plan, it has to evolve around execution. You know, people talk every day that they want to start a business, but they never execute on it. In execution, you really put things in focus, and that's where the writing things down takes place. And I've created a business plan template based upon the questions that I've gotten from clients, that I've gotten from students that say, I don't know where to begin. Writing things down for your business can be very, very confusing. And I tell people all the time that when you are writing a business plan, it must be intentional. What is the ultimate goal for you going into business? Again, and no matter what type of business you are thinking about starting, it needs to have a plan. And I know you've heard the comment, if you don't plan, if you plan to fail. It's just bottom line. I mean, that's with anything in life. If you're going back to school, if you're getting into a marriage, if you're, whatever thing you do, anything you're doing in life, you need to have a plan. And the first aspect of thinking about starting a business, the first aspect of starting a business begins with a plan. And it needs to be one that you can create execution with. And so those 5 things that I stressed to you, those are the important factors of becoming an entrepreneur. Those are the important factors of becoming a business owner. And as I mentioned, when I started my business, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in business and a minor in management. And it was not something that was really, we did a business plan in college because that's how I started my first business in college. But from there, I really did not know where to take it. And then people ask me all the time, how long should a business plan be? Really, I think it should be very concise and to the point, because when you start going on and on, sometimes you can give too much information and then the wrong information. Okay, so you want to be clear on what it is that you're putting on that paper, because if it's not concise and to the point, then that will cause someone to just flush over it, especially a bank. They don't have time. They want to know the specifics of why you are needing funding. Any investor is going to want to know that. Why do you need my money? Okay. And then for you should want to see this business plan, because again, as I mentioned, it gives you insight as to where you're starting from and where you plan to go in that business. Most businesses fail because of lack of capital. They fail of poor management and lack of knowledge. Those are the things that hold business owners back, especially African American businesses. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Most African American businesses, business owners, they're not willing to invest in themselves, invest in the business. And what you find out pretty soon, they're out of business. It's easy to go out of business. I'm thankful I've never, quote unquote, been out of business. My business has slowed up sometimes throughout the transition from one state to the next, but it has never been completely out. So, and that's a good thing, to be in business 25 years and still be in business. That's a rarity. Okay. Yes, it is. Like I mentioned, the most people are in business nowadays anywhere from 5 to 7 days. And it always starts with the knowledge, the funding, because funding is difficult to get if you don't know what to do. And again, it goes back to that planning something that is action oriented, that will help identify why you're going into business and what do you plan to do in that business once you start it, how much you plan to make, who you plan to help. I mean, it's just so much. So if you are interested in elevating your game in the field of entrepreneurship, elevating your game in the business, even if you already have a business, the plan that I have available in my link, or you can go to bit.ly/2 Excel with Nichelle, and you can see this 8-page comprehensive plan that I have put together to help you start your business, to focus in on the important strategies of writing a business plan and the things that you need to know that if you are planning to take your business to the next level, that will be required of you from an investor, from a bank. So, yes, and if you have any further questions or anything of that nature, please feel free to reach out to me, DM me on Instagram or Twitter, or you can connect with me with the link in my bio up top. I do offer free consultation for my clients and new clients as well. You can go to bit.ly I need clarity, and we can get clear on whatever your goals and your objectives are in starting a business, growing a business, and marketing your business. So that is it for this evening. I see all of the people are coming out of the basement. So I wanted to stop in for that message for my business scope. And I will be here every day at Monday through Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to share with you business information. And this week we're focusing on the inception of starting a business, and we'll go from there. Okay. So I just share with you 5 things that you must focus on if you are in the process of starting a business and doing a business plan. Alrighty. Any questions? No questions? Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you stopping in to check this message out. Have a fabulous evening. Be blessed and highly favored in everything that you do. I'm Nichelle with 2Excel with Nichelle.com. Bye-bye.